Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new update. And what we see is that we're dropping down, which is what we've been anticipating for a little while and what we have been expecting based on the higher time frames. Everybody was busy buying into the FOMO surrounding all those institutions buying crypto. Well, I'm just relying on price action, and I've been scaling out with the group um, from Bitcoin towards USDT. So now we are getting into a corrective period, most likely in which we are getting opportunities that we want to have to buy those altcoins, to buy cryptocurrencies, to be actual ready for the alt season that's going to come and the massive movements that we're going to see in 2021. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like beneath, reply beneath if you want to have or want to see some content that I'm not producing yet. We are building a schedule which we kick off from the 1st of January, so which we are going to push content every day on this platform. Also, follow me on Instagram, as I'm going to be live there every 2 weeks answering your questions surrounding my life, what I do in trading, and everything else. So the links are beneath in the description, and just follow me there. Then the markets. If we're checking the higher time frames here, we can see that we still had those levels around 19k, right? So there was a likelihood of a potential bearish divergence to start occur, which we see. We do see a bearish divergence. It's getting confirmed now as we broke south. Lower time frames, we are also making a downtrend. However, it's not the acceleration that you actually want to see. So the volume is still dropping down. It's actually a gradual drop. So either way, we're still going to see the acceleration, or we're just going to consolidate within the range that we have constructed, which is between 16 and 20k. But based on the higher time frames, after this vertical move, this correction was relatively healthy and expected. And we do know that there are some levels that we are eager to watch for a potential support resistance flips, which is the 14k level and also the 12.5k level. So then we're going towards the lower time frame. I've made this beautiful picture here since the article on Cointelegraph from yesterday. What we see and still see is lower highs, which shows that this support area at 18.5k was giving bouncing weaker at every test. So what we see is that we've had tests, and the third test did not really get any bounce. It didn't really accelerate it yet. It just kept hanging there, and we rejected at 18.9. So I went to bed around 18.7 here. Assuming that I would probably be waking up with a lower price or with a price that we're just going to bounce heavily. The latter one didn't occur, through which we fell through the support and immediately rejected this previous support range for resistance. Which means that right now we've lost this construction, and in order to become bullish again, you have to reclaim the 18.5 to 18.7 zone. So at this point, we are on a lower time frame support area, which we can construct here. This is probably an intermediate level. We have been using this one as a quite support zone previously, was flipped here. So this is the intermediate level that we're probably going to hang on for a little while. However, if the trend shifts, the bounces are not that strong in general. So what to expect from this point? I think we're going to have some relief or staying here for a little while, in which we are testing the other levels. Nice, they're trying to break some walls here. So what I'm expecting from this is that we're going to consolidate for a little while. The first rejection zone we have here is 18.1. If that breaks, the crucial breaker for bullish momentum is the area between 18.5 to 18.6.5, right? If this breaks, then we can conclude that this is deviation below the low, and we're most likely going to attack the all-time highs. If we're going to range for a little while here and we are not able to break 18.1.5, so get this construction, you're looking for a bullish divergence on lower time frames to get along towards 18.5. If 17.8 is going to lose support, we're going to fall through further down, and then I'm targeting this 16k zone for the potential range low through which we can assume that we get a construction like this, or I'm going to look at 14k. But the levels to watch from here on the lower time frames are this range around 17.7, the breakthrough at 18.1 towards 18.5, and this is the main critical area that we have to break through if you want to become bullish again. At this point, we've just reversed or starting to reverse the trend for a mild correction, maybe a 30% correction, and bringing us towards that correction, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is going up, which means that altcoins are correcting a little bit faster than Bitcoin, which means that people are risk averse and are transferring their money towards USDT as they see Bitcoin dropping down. And then there's literally no point in holding altcoins. So altcoins are sold off heavier. The smaller the altcoin, the heavier the drop. And there is always outliers, so not every altcoin is dropping significantly, but 95% is. And what you should be watching is the moment that Bitcoin is going to be bottoming out, those altcoins will be jumping up heavier. So Bitcoin is trying to achieve the range low at this point and going into correction. Once the correction is over, there's going to be a gradual grind on Bitcoin towards the resistance zone at the all-time high, comparable with the momentum in 2016. When that starts and when the bottom is in, that's the trigger point when altcoins start to fire off, as the volatility is relatively low on Bitcoin, and altcoins will have their momentum as the money shifts from Bitcoin towards altcoins. And actually the spotlight is slowly going away from Bitcoin as well at this point. ETH/USDT, what you can see is that the range high at 615 is still holding as range high, through which we are going to test the range low. We're dropping heavily now towards 538. I've still made this scenario where I'm looking at longs around 400 to 450, still expecting that to become reality in the next weeks. Same example here. We are currently on lower time frame support, through which we can have some slight momentum. If we base it on the 4-hour time frame, the crucial area to break for ETH is the last support between 565 towards 580 bucks. If that is not going to break, we're going to fall through further down, and we most likely take the liquidity around this low. So in the short term, we might get that bounce up, but from there further downwards momentum is most likely going to occur. Then finally, Chainlink. We can also see that we're falling through with Chainlink, which means that we've got some impressive opportunities coming up. The first level that I've targeted as potential longs is this area around 10 bucks. And then we've got the $7 area here. What we see is a lower high. We are currently slamming the support again, as the support has been testing a tremendous amount of time. First one, second one, third one, fourth one. Similarly here, critical area to break through is this zone between 1235 to 1295. If that fails and we're going to test support again, after those tests, it's very likely that we're going to fall through, and then I'm targeting the 10 bucks and even 7 bucks area. As the weekly time frame initiates that we might be getting a further corrective period before we are going to see the next bull cycle on Chainlink. That's the update for today. Later today, I'm most likely going to post some more content. And tomorrow there's the market update and the live stream. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram. Thumbs up, take care, and see you the next time.